There we go. I was like, I need to unmute everything. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, I know my jeans are writing up. Hello, the Yarnaholics unite.
I know. We're gonna bore everyone to death.
Hey, I don't find this boring.
Crafting is not boring.
Crafting is never boring. Ever. Ever. So, there is something slightly new tonight because I discovered something new on Tiltify, which is that in addition to rewards and milestones, you can also have targets for specific amounts of time. So, this target, it was up on screen like a second ago, it'll come up again, but is basically if we raise $50 during the stream tonight, then I will give a little bit of a sneak peek. Ricki, you already know about it, but give a little bit of a sneak peek on what one of the things I'm currently designing. So,
I'm designing something too, and I'll share a little piece as well. Probably not as good as yours, but I'll be sharing a little piece as well.
well, technically, I haven't even, I don't have like a knit piece yet. Maybe I should do that. Maybe instead of working on this, I should start that. That would be smart, wouldn't it?
You can do whatever you need to.
Well, I need to do the swatch anyway, you know? Why not? Yeah, I'm going to move this yarn out of the way. And I'm going to do that. That would be smart. Please excuse the giant yarn. You should see this desk right
Love
now.
those colors.
Thank you. I'm a little afraid that I won't have enough green. Ooh, I'm afraid of that, but you know, we're doing what we can. Now here's the question though: should I do a full swatch of the entire thing, or should I just do a teeny swatch? Just a teeny swatch.
I think, based on what I know, if you have enough yarn to do like a full swatch, do it. But if
I do.
Okay,
You saw the amount that I have.
Well, then you can just like get a really good feel for it and just really know for sure that it's gonna come out nice if you have enough yarn.
Yeah.
I might stress out about this one and do like a smaller swatch because I want to, you know, I don't want to have to go buy more yarn.
Like, do you ever do like, okay, here's the real question. Do you ever rip back your swatches? Or do you full on like knit or crochet a swatch, wash it, block it, do the whole shebang?
Okay, I'm probably there's gonna be a lot of like people who knit and crochet who might want to like find me and burn me at the stake, but I don't block or swat. I don't block my swatches. I consider blocking my I consider blocking the knitwear at the end, depending on the product.
Yeah.
But I don't stress out about it. I really don't stress out about it.
Well, the only reason I ask is because, like, I have only actually washed and blocked one swatch. So to answer Pie's Private Eye, swatching is... Do you legitimately not know what swatching is, or are you joking? Because from the rest of your comment, I'm wondering if you're joking.
These constant intrusions are most irksome.
Live. But for anyone who doesn't know, swatching is basically knitting or crocheting a small square. You're supposed to do at least 4x4 inches. Okay. Well, just, you're just being facetious. I love that. But still, I mean, there are people here who don't knit or crochet, so may as well. Doing like a small thing, basically to see how many stitches and rows you get per inch to make sure it's going to fit.
I mean, I do it. I definitely have considered it when it comes to designing a pattern.
Yeah.
Because I know how when you are writing out a pattern for other people to use, you really want to make sure that the sizing is what you like, what it says it is, so that people, when other people make it, they can understand if their swatch is also the same as mine.
Yeah.
Because if it isn't, then they have to adjust how the pattern goes.
Yeah.
So like if they make a bigger swatch than I do, and they realize that, their garment is going to end up being larger than what they wanted if they follow my pattern to the exact specifications I gave it. So they'll have to like adjust it if they end up with a bigger swatch. That's the only time that I care about swatching and blocking. So yeah.
Did you see what Liv said?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, knitting question. I'm considering getting some Woobles kits for Christmas presents and maybe even grabbing one for myself. I remember you had opinions on them, but I don't remember what that opinion was. Yay or nay? I think that... okay. Okay. I have a hot take.
Go for it.
They are way too overpriced. Now, on the one hand, they have a lot of good educational material, and they have, like, in their patterns, supposedly they have links to their like instructional videos and stuff, but like you can still go onto YouTube and find instructional videos. So I don't like the feel of the yarn that's included.
And that can be a personal preference.
That is a personal preference.
Yeah.
But I do think some of their stuff is cute. Like, I've seen some of like the Harry Potter ones and they're adorable. But I would not buy them myself because to me they are way overpriced. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Wobbles Wobbles. I of course know of them and I've heard opinions on them. I have not gotten a kit myself or anything. I will tell you though that at Walmart they've started having these Red Heart brand ones. Please don't get them. I watched someone crochet one of those and I wanted to barf, okay? Because the pattern, like, they write it in such a way that it's for beginners, which I can understand, but they write it in such a way that you probably won't see it written that way in any other crochet pattern that you will ever see. Like, they try and dumb it down so much that you don't get any chance to go ahead and look at other patterns and keep going, because you're going to look at this pattern and be like, oh, this makes sense. Then you go and it's different vernacular, different like typology and different stuff like that, and then you're going to get confused. And while it's cheaper at the Walmart, I'm not talking about the brand Woobles kits. It's the Red Heart.
Yeah, the Red Heart versions.
Don't get the Red Heart ones.
Yeah.
Because the yarn for it is horrible. You make a lot of mistakes. The hook that they provide in there is awful. Like, it literally came out slightly bent for someone. And I was like, oh no, this is a nightmare. So, yeah, Red Heart is just, I mean,
Red Heart's a good economy yarn.
Yes, I do
it's
it
very
for like
available.
I do it for like my kids stuff. Does that make sense? Like, I do it
Yeah.
for my kids because they don't care and they don't
Maggie
need to
has a
wear the
good point.
fanciest thing ever. But yeah, I yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense, Maggie. Um, but yeah, I just would not get the kits there. They're overpriced. They, at least the ones that I saw, it's very, very possible that the Woobles is better than what I saw from the Walmarts. Just don't get the Walmart one. Just, I'm not gonna go on that tangent because we have a lot to do tonight, but I can still go, okay?
I am going to change that save. Let me update that.
They sell them at Joann's too, Maggie. Oh, I did not know that. Well, I suggest not doing it. I suggest, honestly, guys, if you want to learn to crochet, in my opinion, you're better off just getting a skein of yarn, finding a free pattern online, and learning it step by step based on how it's written. And if you don't know how to do things, then YouTube. Let me tell you, YouTube is a lifesaver when it comes to learning crochet and knitting. I'm not
YouTube is
kidding.
how I learned.
Yeah.
It's how I learned to learn.
It's how
knit.
I learned.
It's how,
And here I am designing sweaters and
Yeah.
and E. Mullins is making these amazing hats. Please show us a piece of your hat, your doodle hat, right? Your
Yes.
doodle hat?
Okay.
You're still-
So it's hard to hold on. It's you can't really tell what it is right now because I haven't done a huge amount of it, but it's here. These are trees. I can't.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty.
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
But this one.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna find it's cheaper, and you can still find cute stuff, cute patterns to make just by looking
Gunnar
online.
doesn't need friends.
There's a lot of
Already
free
have
patterns
two,
of really cute
mug
stuff
and chair.
like Woogles
Touche. Hold on.
for free.
Hold on, Liv. Hold on. Hold on, Liv. It's in the box that I'm going to be sending all your stuff in.
YouTube is the only way I learned how to crochet after being a lifetime knitter. LOL. Yes, and you want to know something else
this
too?
Is something that I do want to block.
Go ahead, show us your block. What you want to block? What do you want to block? Oh yes,
Because
that's
color
Liv's,
work,
right?
Yes, color work. Honestly, like I would block it. If it's acrylic, it's not gonna block. It's not gonna do a whole lot. But if it's wool or a wool blend, block it because like this, I need to block it because it's a smidge tight in areas, or not really tight. It's just like it's gonna clean it up a little bit. It's gonna look a little bit better. But
yeah, something else too, and
how dare you be organized?
I see a lot of like knitters and crocheters who are like big on YouTube or on Instagram and stuff, and they say, if you really want to go into, you could do Skillshare. So if you really want to learn knit or crochet in a more like better than YouTube trying to find a random person to do it, but you want someone who's like really professional to teach you, you can try Skillshare if you really want that. And if you find someone on YouTube or whatnot, oftentimes they'll have like the first 500 people get like a free month to Skillshare.
Yeah.
And so that's another option too if you want to learn. But I mean, Woobles, do it, but don't think that crochet is going to look exactly like that from here on out if you continue.
Oh my. You knit. You must also know how to crochet.
Oh my gosh.
You knit. You know how to sew.
No, I don't. Actually, I don't. I have
either.
no clue how to sew.
I have a sewing machine. I can hand stitch something really quick to like fix it. But like sewing machine, I have one. I would like to break it out, but there are so many knitting projects to do.
I have a sewing machine as well, and we haven't gotten around to really exploring with it yet. I have done stuff when I was in middle school, but man, all the stuff that I learned from that is gone out the window. So I need to start over.
My Aunt Joyce tried to teach me, and she tried to teach me via American Girl doll clothes. And at that time, there was, from what I remember, there was nothing on the machine to assist in how to thread the machine. I was like, how do you do this? She was like, it's simple. You just, and I'm like, huh? She always had to do it for me, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Listen, I must be honest. Sewing on a sewing machine seems so intimidating when you are used to a hook or some needles with some
Less
stitch
control.
markers. Like,
There's
it
less
feels
control
like you
over a
have,
machine.
yeah, you have so much more control with your two hands and your brain than it feels like when it's like all these buttons and knobbins and doohinkies, and it's also like super tiny and thin, and let me tell you,
Nobbins.
I know, yeah, I'm gonna say it that way too.
It's so cute.
So all that stuff is very intimidating to someone like me.
Why did I just think of the borrowers?
I love the borrowers. It's the best.
I don't know why I just thought about the borrowers, but that word made me think
so
of the borrowers.
good. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to rewatch that and
I haven't seen it
get
in a
the
very long
book,
time.
and I want to do all of it.
Oh my goodness. Even
Well,
with guys, starting a machine is still a task, yeah. Drop-in bobbins?
They added drop-in instead of mechanical.
I don't know what that means.
It's not easy.
Oh my.
Well, you get those fancy knitting machines. I'm not talking about the round ones. I'm talking about those huge metal ones that take up almost an entire room.
Yeah.
That's intimidating too. I mean, I've watched clips of knitters like using a knitting machine, and I'm just like, holy cow. And those things cost a ton of money. Oh my gosh, it's worth more than all of my organs. I'm not gonna sell my You know how they say I'm gonna sell a kidney or something? It's worth more than all of my organs.
Was it? I think it was Maggie. Was it Maggie who sent it to me, or was it you? I don't know. One of you did. Hold on. Now I need to find it. Oh my gosh, because I sent it to my local knitting group. It was Maggie. Oh my gosh.
It's all of my organs. Wait. Oh, keep it there. It's not. Oh my gosh.
It says, do you have a kidney? No, liar. Do you have a kidney? Yes, buy yarn.
Sell it. Buy yarn. Oh my gosh. You need to forward it to me. That's great. Oh my gosh. My dad says it all the time. Whenever he like wants to buy something, he's like, I'll just sell my kidney or my liver or something. Whatever. Well, okay, so
oh shoot.
would you like to get started on our topics for tonight?
Oh my gosh. We can. Can I tell you
go for it.
Part of the reason why it fits the topic, I promise.
Oh, why? It's okay. You can talk about whatever you want.
Well,
I'm here for it.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm questioning whether I did 2 extra stitches on this. Like I meant to.
Oh no.
I guess we'll find out.
I'm sorry for messing you up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18. Okay, I need to knit 18 darker colors.
I don't know. Loafers. Pious private asked, I need ideas. What kind of shoes do you think Joseph prefers?
Honestly, loafers is a good answer. That's a pretty good answer.
It just
or
flew out.
Or New Balance tennis shoes. Pearly white. Very shiny. With high socks.
Oh man. Okay.
Sex.
No, the high socks is what got me. No, not me. I'm going to I'm going to I'm gonna want you to design Joseph high socks for me, please.
Yes. Yes.
The Joseph high socks
Yes.
would be great. Thank you.
I could do that.
I gotta breathe because the whole household is sleeping, so
Okay. Okay, I need 18, right? I have 6, okay.
Are you ready for this? I thought you just asked me if I was 18. No, Emons, I'm not 18. But I appreciate the compliment.
I expected to cry during the stream, not cry laughing.
You didn't think like this, did you? Oh my gosh, I'm crying too. We're just gonna blame the baby for that, though.
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness.
Oh lordy, I'm going to make you some socks.
Even after the gift you
Oh my
already
gosh.
sent me, I can have socks too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my face hurts.
No,
Oh my
don't
gosh.
even get me started. My hormones won't let me stop. Okay. Okay. Everybody breathe. We can get there.
6, 9, 10.
Let's
Okay.
just listen to you count this very intently. Listen to the counting.
14.
Okay.
15.
The pic is in my head. My grandpa literally wore pure white New Balance sneakers with socks all the way up his calf.
Oh my
90% of my
gosh.
childhood.
That's hilarious. Oh jeez. Okay, hold on. Whoa.
We already
Wow.
slept Liv, no, I just didn't just see that comment. No.
I am an idiot. I did not.
Yes.
I should have carried that and I didn't. I am so dumb. Okay. I didn't carry any floats on that pass. And an 18 stitch gap. I think I was a smidge distracted.
Oh no.
It's okay, because you know what? It's a fake
That could
swatch.
be so frustrating though.
It's a fake swatch, though.
Oh, you're
So they're
right.
gonna be there
Who
saying-
cares? Who flipping cares? It doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so what I was gonna say, holy mackerel. What I was gonna say is that part of the reason why I learned to knit socks is because of Dad.
Wow.
Because I, when he was going through chemo, he had a lot of cold sensitivity. And I didn't know how to knit socks yet.
Yeah.
I wanted to knit him some socks, but I didn't know how to do that. I had made him a hat before, and it had been loom knit. There are limitations. He had a very big head. It did not fit very well
Yeah.
at all.
The knitting. Yep.
But he had a lot of cold sensitivity, and I wanted to learn how to make him socks, but I didn't learn in time. So I bought him socks for Christmas, and then he never wore them.
He never wore them.
If you get my drift.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm knitting socks.
There you go. Knit socks. Knit as many socks as you can.
Yes.
I made one pair of socks for my husband, and we moved, and
Did they
he
disappear into the ether?
kept, yeah,
I was
he
gonna
kept
say
he
that
kept
happens.
looking everywhere. I kept looking everywhere, and I felt sad because these are wool socks. I mean, these are
Yeah.
expensive. I took really good time. They're not. I mean, I would not sell these socks.
Yeah.
They were my first pair of socks I ever made, but he loves them because they're so warm. He doesn't
Yeah.
care what they look like. He just loves them because they're so warm. And I walk in here. This is his office, by the way. I am in a different location than usual.
Shoot.
I'm not at my office, my gaming desk station, but this is his office. And I came in here, and he's wearing these socks. He just didn't even tell me. He's just wearing them. I'm like, where did you find those? He didn't even tell me where he found them.
It's a mystery.
But anyways, um, so um, uh, we'll get into tonight's discussion. I'm gonna go ahead and put in chat.
Did I seriously trap that under?
He's been hiding them, but he wore them and he swears that he loves them to death. Okay, so here. Now it wants me to do this crazy stuff. It wants me to jump through hoops.
Oh, of course it does.
What the?
Are you a mod? I don't think you are. I may need to make you a mod for this.
Here, you know what?
pin
I'm gonna
a
do
thing.
this. This is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. I was supposed to do 3. Well, you know what? That works. Because I
Okay.
need to not trap this yarn behind.
Do you know
I'm
how
pulling
to
this
pin my message
Uh,
on Twitch? I know how to do it for.
there's a way to. Let me go over here. There. Oh. Thank you, Tori. Tori pinned it.
Thank you.
So, of course, Tori would know. Tori's everyone's mod. Thank you, Tori. Love you, Tori. Literally, love you. You're awesome. I need to figure.
Okay, and then I just let me see if I can pin this message, but I'm not a mod, so of course I can't.
Are you thinking
YouTube.
on YouTube?
I'm putting it on YouTube too.
Okay. Check over here. I don't even see it on.
Okay, well, while you
I
work
don't
on
even
that,
see it
I'll
on
just kind
YouTube.
of explain some things. So today, E. Mullins is going to share with us a little bit more about the PanCAN fundraiser and what inspired her to start this fundraiser. And she's going to be telling us a little bit more about her father. And just want to remind chat, let's respect her and her father today. Let's try and listen. And if you want to like keep the chat going, don't feel like you can't chat at all, but please keep it to like your own experiences and you know, in connections and stuff. If you would like to directly, you know, say a comment or have a question, you can just, I have Instagram pulled up here, and I'm gonna kind of be vetting through some of those things. And if you guys have a question or a comment, I'll bring it up verbally for you guys, okay?
Shoot.
And
Hold on.
so, oh, take your time.
Let's see if she lays back down. Okay, hold on. Hold that thought.
I am holding a thought. I'm holding lots of thoughts, actually.
child.
Ooh, children. While she is running to take care of her child. Oh, hi, Hunter, Clue Hunter. Welcome. We were about to start discussion, but I'll show you guys. I'm working on a stuffed animal for a friend. She's gonna have a baby sometime soon, so this is a piece of that. So I'm making that. And then I also have my white yarn. I am making snowflakes to decorate my home for the holidays. So they're both crochet. And then I have one thing prepping me for a big knitting project that's going to last all next year, which I'm excited about. And I ordered the yarn for it. Are you guys working on anything tonight for your crafting experience? Also, for some of those who don't know, um, if we just raise $50 tonight, E. Mullins is going to share a very, like a piece of a very special project that she's working on and designing as well. And I will also be sharing this, which you can't really see. Let me take a look. You'll be working on a crochet project for Hachi in a couple of minutes. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I can't figure it out either. Outfit boards for final scene. Behind on content or ear, okay? It's okay, Hunter, Clue Hunter. Yeah, I actually did share it on YouTube and I changed it slightly to make it shorter, but I guess maybe you don't even see it. You can enjoy listening. That's okay. What are your hobbies though, Hunter, Clue Hunter? Just to ask.
Okay.
New profile pic and banner. Nice. So, social media stuff. It's not there on YouTube. Okay. All right. So that's not good either. All right. Well, thank you for sharing it anyways. All right. So I am going to be starting to work on this and so first of all, thank you, E. Mullins, for being willing to share tonight. I'm sure it's not always easy to do, and so just want to know that we appreciate it. I'll let you get that figured out first. Drawing. Oh, you like drawing? Coding. My husband codes. He's actually working on getting. He's doing some IT training so that he can become an IT guy. So, but yes, he does a lot of coding. That's how I actually created the puzzle that we had, the
I need to share that.
nonogram.
The
nonogram. Not the one that I sent you today,
to
Mullins. Yeah, not that puzzle. I made that one by myself. But that's okay.
It's awesome. Okay.
So, E. Mullins, just to kind of get started, what kind of memories do you have of your father, and did he share any stories with you growing up?
Well, the first story that popped into my head is probably not. Well, okay, I guess there's nothing technically like.
I mean,
It's so it's just it's funny. So my dad went to the same college that I went to, or rather, I guess I went to the same college he went to, as did a lot of his siblings. And it's known as a party school, although, I don't know how legitimate that is. But you're good, Liv, no worries. I remember him telling us this story of it's not technically about him, it's about my uncle, but it's still pretty funny. That they went there, I think it was for like the homecoming weekend or something. And they went out to a bar, and my uncle was flirting with the bartender all night, trying to get free drinks. The entire time they're like laughing at him. Bartender's gay. Very gay. No straight in her at all. It's just great. They made fun of him for that. But like, I honestly, a lot of my memories are, and I think I mentioned this in my shorter video. I just did that wrong. Oh well, I'll fix it.
You're good.
But a lot of my memories are music related. Like, he took me to one of my first concerts, Heart. Their opener sucked, and we made fun of them the entire time. Sorry guys, I don't even remember their name. But like, we are basically the entire time we were joking about the fact that this opener for Heart needed a replacement drummer and replacement guitarist and replacement bassist. Replacement everything.
Oh wow.
Kind of sad. But yeah, like I said, most of it's around music. He's a big reason why I am as in love with music as I am. And he would listen to anything. He had a notebook in his car. He kept a little notepad in his car. And if he was able to, like if it didn't come up on the radio for some reason, they didn't say it, if he liked a song that was playing on the radio, he would either, I think there's like, I can't remember what it was called at the time, but there's like one of those apps that like you can hold it up to the song and it'll tell you what it is. He would either do that while he was driving, or if he was lucky enough and they said what the song was, he would immediately write it down on his notepad so that when he got home, he could find out how to download it.
Oh my goodness. That's really funny. I definitely, I know that I have something somewhat similar. I listen to a lot of like playlists on like Spotify or something, and like I immediately find like like my own personal playlist that it would work for, and just immediately add it if I like it. Do you I know that your Instagram, you had shared a little bit about the music. Did he have a particular maybe genre that I know you said he liked all sorts, but no,
He
just
wasn't a
all
huge
of
fan
it.
of bluegrass.
Okay. Well, so we know he didn't like bluegrass.
Yes. He loved Shania Twain. Pretty sure he had a crush on Shania Twain. To the point where like he made a deal with my mom. My mom wanted to go see Alison Krauss, and he wanted to go see Shania Twain. He was like, "If you come with me to see Shania Twain, I will go with you to suffer through Alison Krauss."
Hey, any thriving marriage relationship is built on give and
Yes.
take. I think that's how my husband and I do movies a lot is, okay, you have to watch this movie, but I'll watch your movie if you watch this movie with me.
Yes.
So, um, so about like then, did like I know you mentioned what was the name of that song that stuck to you the most?
Postmark Birmingham by
Okay.
Blackhawk. Um, he had two songs. There was one that we could never remember the name of because the tape was labeled wrong. The tape was labeled Neil Diamond.
Oh
He was
no.
like, "It's definitely not a Neil Diamond song." I was like, "That is highly unhelpful, Dad. I need to know what the song was." I remember that it started with like children and it faded in, like not
Wow.
children singing. I don't remember it being children singing, but I just remember it being children.
Wow. Interesting.
And so that was on one side, and then Postmark Birmingham was on the other side. But he had them repeating. So, like, that one song took up the entire side of the tape.
Okay.
For all of you ultra young peeps, there used to be these things called cassette tapes. Sorry.
Apparently I'm 18, so I need to know this too. I can't
Oh,
even drink.
jeez. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But yeah, he made that for me when I was like really little. I'm talking like I don't even know. I want to say I wasn't even in kindergarten. I don't know, but I was really really little, and he made that for me to help me sleep.
Um,
The knitting
what
is helping, by the way.
what sorts of things did you learn from your father? I know you said that this is very interesting that you said that you learned how to knit because of your father.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Knit socks
that's
specifically.
which is awesome. I probably can't knit socks to save my life, but I'm hoping to learn.
Well, I mean, your husband loves the socks that you made him, so I
I
think you
know.
can knit socks.
Sounds good. Just keep at it. I'll believe in myself. Um, but what other kinds of things do you remember learning from your father? It could be anything too. It could be like specific small things. Could be life lessons, anything of the sort.
Well, I think because he was always the one who would like I could talk to him a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'll say that. I could talk to him a lot easier. And he kind of had a way of I guess seeing all sides and thinking about all sides instead of just being like if he felt a certain way, he wasn't just feeling a certain way.
Mm.
He would think about as many sides as he could.
So he was very just reasonable.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I feel like that's such an important thing that and I feel like that's such an important thing, especially today. I feel like there's just so many strong opinions that we forget to try and remember that we're all human and that we have experiences and we have a valuable opinion.
Mm.
Um, and so, yeah, I like that having a trait like that is so important. So, yeah, I could definitely see that. Um, when did he discover that he had pancreatic cancer?
So, to be honest, I can't say the exact time because when I found out was around April. That's when mom told me, like, so your dad, just FYI, went into the ER for a kidney stone and they did scans and his doctor was like, you should probably get this looked at because they had seen something. Now, from what I understand, it wasn't the ER doctor who noticed it. It was his regular doctor who could see the scans.
Mm.
Um,
Wow.
but that, as far as I know, that was either late March or early April. And then in late April, he was scheduled to have the mass removed. But they did not remove it because when they went in, they found mets in his liver, biopsied, and then found it was pancreatic cancer. So basically, by the time he actually had surgery to remove it, it was already stage 4.
Wow. Now, he had gone in. Was he experiencing any symptoms before going in besides, maybe like he was thinking it was the kidney stuff?
Not that I know of. But I mean, from what I understand, like a lot of times people don't. Or if they do, it's like in his case, it could very well be that he had abdominal pain, but he just thought it was the kidney stone
Right.
because he was prone to kidney stones. So it's
And you
like,
could write most random symptoms you get sometimes to something else.
yeah.
Yeah. So after they went to remove it, he was already stage 4. So I'm imagining, so this was all very quick then. It wasn't a long, like, years of
No.
battling. It was,
This was literally, he was, I guess, officially diagnosed in that April, and he died in November.
oh.
Yeah.
I think of my grandfather. For him it was like a year or two afterwards for him, approximately, for when he got diagnosed with cancer and then passed. But I can imagine that's really hard, and I can see how passionate you would be on people learning to um, understand and be aware of some of the things to look out for in your family medical history, um, and just
Well,
really being aware of the things going on
one thing
in your
that
body.
one thing that I will say, um, and I'm not going to go into detail, but this was linked to where he worked,
Wow.
specifically in a very specific time frame that
Okay.
he worked there.
Mm.
So it isn't so much, in my case, it isn't necessarily, I mean, it very well could be. I don't get me wrong, but
Mm.
it isn't necessarily, I just dropped that stitch, a um, genetic component.
Okay.
Um,
Mm.
but I mean, that's definitely a thing to look out for. Like technically, so kind of linking that to PanCAN, they have a sort of like questionnaire to assess urine risk. And technically, according to their um, their questionnaire, I have an elevated risk because it says, just because it says, my dad had it.
Right.
So like I could talk to my doctor about it, and
And
I don't
see
know
if
what
you
sort of,
can look into things and stuff.
yeah.
But like you said, that it's very possible that it's not a
Yeah. In this specific case, yes.
okay, yeah. So I think that also shows being aware of our environments and
Yeah.
surroundings as well. I'm thinking about that
Yeah.
too. Um, well, um, trying to think,
Shoot.
did he, was there anything that he really focused on when he realized what he was going through? Did anything about his life change or become noticeable? Did he want to look, did he look at life differently in that time frame before he passed?
Not that I know of. When honestly, I say that because when when mom told him, because initially, like the doctors were like, "Don't say anything, just go in there, act like nothing's wrong, and all that stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Which, why? But that's just me being salty on that. But when mom initially told him, um, his, I, if I remember correctly, his response was, "It is what it is. I guess we're just gonna have to fight it."
Wow.
And that was kind of his mantra. Is it is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah, I guess you can't change what you can't change. So,
Yeah.
now
But still semi optimistic in that
as
he's
yeah,
gonna work on fighting it. It wasn't
it
like he was
wasn't
gonna
like,
give
yeah,
up or anything.
no, this is getting very tangled. Um, now one thing that did kind of change, I guess. I don't know if it was like really a change necessarily. So he had not been to Mass for a very long time. My dad's entire side of the family is Catholic. And like I said, he had not been to Mass in a very long time. And that was a personal decision. He still believed everything. But there were very specific, from what I understand, there was a very specific reason why he had not gone. And initially, I say that because initially he did not want a funeral mass. But that is something that he changed his mind on. At the end, I think because my mom knew it would be important to him.
Wow. Did he share anything with you at that point in his life that he wanted you to remember specifically, or other family members, or in general? Did he? If there's anything you can remember this.
Not really. I think he was in a little bit of denial.
Yeah.
Because even when he was feeling worse and worse, like spending more time in the hospital, we had a book that
You're okay. Please take your time. You're always free to step out as well for a moment. Take a break.
it was one of those books that you, like, it had a way of recording yourself reading it. And he didn't want to do that until his voice got stronger. And it did get stronger.
Yeah.
I'm still slightly mad at him for that. I'm mad at him for that, and I'm mad that he... I don't believe... I'm going to be honest. I don't believe in... I don't believe, if you get my drift.
I understand.
But one thing I told him, one of the last times he was in the hospital, was like, you're trying to cheat and see your granddaughter first. You're trying to cheat. You stop that. A little salty that you got to see her first.
I remember, so my dad had gotten remarried, and when I got to meet, this is interesting. I hadn't really thought of it till now, but um, my step grandmother, I guess you could say, I got to meet her and she crocheted. And that's what she did. She always crocheted. And I never realized that that was actually my first instance of ever really seeing crochet ever. But I was going through so much at that time in my life that I never really took the time to notice. And I was in middle school and we had this class that I was supposed to take, and this is where I did some of the sewing that I talked about.
Yeah.
I did a couple of other handmade projects, though we never did crochet or knitting, which is sad, by the way. I almost want to like write a letter and petition, make sure
Yes.
that you include it this time
Yeah.
for some other child. But I remember that when she was definitely nearing the end, um, we made it a thing to make sure to visit for that last Christmas. And I had no real solid connection with her. I felt like I just met her and I didn't care, and I was going through so much of my own mental, emotional stuff, dealing with having a new mom that, was just like new grandmother, so what? She lives in another state. Who cares? I was also a teenager, so, who cares about anything when you're a teenager? But um I had just, I just made something, and my stepmom, she said, if you want to give her a gift, you can. And I had made, I don't even remember exactly what it was. It almost looked like a mini quilt. And I remember they like had a certain name for it. I couldn't remember what it was, but it was like partial sewn, some embroidery stuff on it too. Anyways, to give you a little background, as she was nearing the end, she didn't know what was going on. She didn't understand. She didn't recognize anyone.
Yeah.
And when everyone went around the room giving gifts to her, like her very last gift from anyone, they're sharing things that, they're memories of her. So pictures and books and stuff from that she'd given to them when they were younger or something like that. And here I am, I had this handmade thing, and I thought, well, I gotta give something, and I don't really have anything else, so I'm just gonna give her this project I made in school. And she had an emotional reaction to my thing only. And she recognized it and enjoyed it. And I just think about how, like, you make these socks for your dad. And I just think about making this homemade gift. I know this is slightly off topic, but it just makes me think of like, if you can give the gift of a homemade gift, there's nothing quite like it.
Yeah.
A homemade gift, there's just nothing quite like it. And even if you aren't, I don't know, talented in certain ones, I'm sure there's one out there for you, but let's just say, you've got a life, you've got things going on, you don't have time to take up a new hobby or consider buying off of someone who does make homemade things and giving it as a gift, because it shows that you had that thought of making it extra special. But because it can make a difference in someone's life. And just kind of like how that book
Yeah.
had that special meaning tied to it for you,
Well,
wishing that you had had it.
well, and like the video that I put at the end, that clip, that's one of the few bits of his voice that I have. I don't have a whole lot of videos. I have pictures, but I don't have a whole lot of videos. And so it's kind of hard at times. This swatch looks horrible.
Are you gonna show
bad.
us,
It
or are you
looks
gonna
so
keep it
bad.
hidden from us?
It looks so bad. But there's such long floats, like, because I keep forgetting.
We're kind of talking about some crazy stuff right now, so
there's also not enough contrast. We had talked about the contrast of the yarn. There is not enough contrast, even with these.
That's unfortunate. So, well, at least now you know, and now you
know.
can
I may just
dye it.
bite this off and
I've just about finished this leg. I gotta finish this guy's leg.
What is this guy?
I'll show you real quick. It's going to someone, a friend of mine. It's gonna end up being this little guy.
Oh, he's so cool.
Yeah, I know. I love this book, by the way. So if you're into crochet and you even if you don't have kids, can I just say I would love one of these on my own shelf. Or it's a great way to, if you know someone who is having a kid or does have a kid, to make a homemade crochet amigurumi gift. I love, love, love this book, and I love, love, love her series. Super uber cute. Gets me every time. So, yes, I've been enjoying this book a lot. But anyways, sorry, that was...
No, I don't know about anyone else, but I needed a little bit of an emotional break.
You're good. I mean, so, yeah, give the gift of a homemade gift to someone if you can this season. If not, it's okay. This is something I'm working on really, really hard, is to try and make homemade gifts. So I'm working on my husband's fingerless gloves. And like, let me tell you something. I've been knitting and crocheting for several years now, since I got married, okay? And I'm almost at my 5-year anniversary. So almost 5 years now. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about the list of things that I've made. And I can think of maybe less than 10 things that I've made for my family. And I haven't even made a single thing for myself personally.
Yeah.
So that's going to change this year, by the way. I am making something for myself personally.
Good.
And I recently made something for one of my kids' birthdays. And I just got such a high off of making this thing for her, even though she's only a toddler, so she just threw it out of the bag and kept looking for more presents. And so she didn't care, but I was like, look at this! Look at what I made for you! She doesn't care.
Can I
just give me the Minnie Mouse? I want my Minnie Mouse.
I can't find my yarn scissors, and that's really bothering me. I made Kiddo 1 a sweater. Okay? It was just like the flax sweater by PanCAN Knits. Simple, free. That was the important part. It was a free pattern.
It's free. It's gotta be free. Free patterns all the way.
But see, that's what it looks like. And it looks
nice.
so bad, though. It's so bad. like, I feel like if I do an actual swatch, I'm going to have to actually like carry it all the way around because that's just a mess. So I had made her a sweater. She looked at the yarn. She's like, I love this. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Make the sweater. I don't want this. I don't want anyone
I
to see
just
me in
spent
this.
more hours than you can understand
Are
making
you
this.
serious?
Oh man, I feel you.
So, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is okay.
But okay, so like, for example, here's Radic. Say hi to Radic.
Radic is our $3,000 milestone. We have to make it to $3,000 though.
Okay, do you know how many prototypes came before this guy came into being?
A lot.
Do you know how many
I'm bad at guessing.
weird ones that my kids play with and are in their collection?
I love that.
There's one we call, well, I don't say it in front of the kids because I don't want them saying it, but naked boy, because he doesn't have any clothes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. And
That's so funny.
but anyways, I want to make him better. I really do. Like, I want to make a better version.
I still say
but,
he's already anatomically correct. His neck should be that long.
Yeah.
In order for him to fit in that armor, sorry, spoiler alert, in order for him to fit in that and have his head be where it is, I am convinced his neck grows by 3 vertebrae.
Okay, but look at these shoes. I had so much fun making the shoes.
So cute.
I know. The shoes are great.
They
I
are.
that was one thing that I was really proud of. I looked at it and I'm like, I really like the shoes.
Does he have a little belt?
Yeah, he has a little belt.
I thought I saw a little belt.
I wanted to add more details, but this is the best that I could do for where I'm at level-wise in terms of designing. And so my goal is to continue to work on the designs, and I have a list of edits that I want to make. But let me tell you, like, it's when it comes to designing, it takes 3, 4, 5 times longer to create something handmade versus if you were just to follow a pattern online. So that's a little tidbit. People, you don't understand. I probably spent 3,000 hours working on this stuff. Yeah. Probably not. No, not 3,000. No, but
the
feels
amount
like
of
it.
times that I had to rework the Midnight in Salem socks for different sizes.
Your socks are so good.
The heel, there was one size that I'm like, I think I have the numbers right. So I just had to use some scrap yarn and make just the heel to make sure that it looked right. And then just the math. The math alone is frustrating. Like, the project that I'm working on right now, I'm trying to make it so that I don't have to have like 5 different charts for different sizes. But I have a feeling that's if I want to have a large array of sizes, I have a feeling that's going to be what happens. But
sorry, I was just checking Instagram to see if anyone had any comments or questions. We've loved so far hearing more about your dad. I know if Maybe I'll get to that in a second. I know that you have another family member who has struggled with pancreatic cancer. Um, are you, um, oh, thank you, Very Niche Musings, for
Thank you.
joining and listening. You have a wonderful night. Um, did you want to share about him? You don't have to if you don't want to, or if he would
Um,
prefer, if there would be privacy or whatnot.
I'll share just a tiny bit. Um, basically, back in July, my cousin was also diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. But from what I understand, he his was significantly farther along. It was already in all of his pancreas and multiple other organs. And so that already was, we knew he likely would not have as much time. So he was diagnosed in July. I'm not sure how quickly they started his treatment. He initially was not going to, but he decided to go ahead and do treatment. But he passed away, if I remember it correctly, it was the 13th of October. And that was pretty quick. That happened, and not just, I don't just mean that in the amount of months. I mean that, like, that, at least from where I am, that escalated very rapidly.
Yeah.
Good night, Pious Private Eye. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I wasn't quite sure how long you wanted to do the stream. I do have one more thing written down to ask,
Okay.
but it's kind of more just like closing thoughts on some stories. But is there anything else that maybe I didn't quite touch on, or you have been thinking about or wanting to share for chat that I wasn't able to touch upon?
Well, I guess so. I have one memory that I want to share, and
Yeah, please share
okay,
as
so,
many memories and stories as you can.
okay, so I have two.
Okay.
One is funny, one is sweet.
Oh, good.
Okay, and the one that's sweet, I'm pretty sure this was not a dream.
Okay.
So the first one, the funny one, I find it funny. So when I was I in college? I think I had just gone to college. I think either that or I was like about to go to college, and my boyfriend at the time had cheated on me.
Oh no.
Well, I had already, like, that was just a bad situation. That relationship was bad. It was just not great.
It was just bad.
It was just bad. Yeah. So I had already had a situation where I had gone to my dad crying, right? Like, over this dude. And I messaged him. He wasn't home. I was home. He was not. I messaged my dad and I said, he cheated on me. It's over. Okay. This guy had some of my things. Like we had brought like Christmas stuff and like a Christmas tree, ornaments, all that, like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that stuff was at his house or at his apartment. And my dad came home, stormed into the house, and was like, "You tell him if he doesn't bring that stuff back down here, I will go up and get it personally, and that's not all I'm gonna get."
You go, Dad.
I'm like, oh shit. It's like, oh god, oh no, oh no. That was Dad didn't get like that. Like he did not get angry very easily. So that was, oh, okay.
Isn't it crazy to see people like that who are like, have that like, what was that little thing? Oh, there's cinnamon roll could kill you thing. It's interesting to think about like people who are really like that when they like snap or something.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
You're good. But so the other thing on the inverse of that, and I'm pretty sure this was not a dream. I'm pretty sure it was not a dream. So when he had been, he was transferred to hospice, but it was like hospice at home.
Okay.
So, he had a hospital bed in the living room, and we were all there, and I was, if I remember correctly, I was sitting beside my husband.
Okay.
Super pregnant. Hence why I'm like, I think this was not a dream. Super pregnant and also like very tired. And from what I remember, he was laying in bed. We were sitting in a chair beside it, and he looked up at us and just smiled. Not like a great big smile, just like saw, smiled, and went back to sleep. Now, again, I don't think that was a dream. I like to think it was not a dream.
Yeah.
But I am pretty sure that like when he was actually dying, that I'm pretty sure he couldn't tell me and Mom apart.
Yeah.
That's that, like, I mainly say that because the only person that I remember him acknowledging by name between me, my mom, and my brother was my brother.
Wow.
And my mom and I sound pretty similar. So it's like,
is it because the similarities? Yeah.
Because at that point he wasn't really opening his eyes. Yeah.
Did you was it hard to have him right in the living room? Or did it bring a sense of comfort and closeness?
I want to say a little bit of both. So I feel like it was the right place for him.
Mm-hmm.
It was a weird. It was very interesting because I find it very interesting because so when my grandfather died, on like my maternal grandfather, when he died, he was in hospice, like in hospice, not at home, but in a separate place. And he died with literally everyone around him. And when I say that, I mean it was like a crowd of people
Wow.
surrounding him. Everyone in the family was there.
Wow.
When Dad died, everyone was there, but not when he died. Like, it almost feels like he waited until only the bare minimum were left. Which fits because he was not really a crowd person.
Right.
He did not like to be the center of attention. Not that my grandfather necessarily did, but he was more like he was more social.
It is a personality thing. I think some people are just, they would rather like have more one-on-one type connections, and some people find more comfort in having everyone that they love around them at once. And yeah, I don't think it's necessarily like always about whether or not they were just self-centered or like just wanted the limelight or anything like that. It's just
Yeah,
personality styles.
more
I
like
know that,
introvert versus extrovert.
yeah, so I'm a mixture of both a little bit. So I'm definitely, if you get to know me and whatnot, I like to be out there with everybody, but only if I feel safe with those people. And only if I like have gotten to know them and I know who they are. And I mean, granted, I'm on an online space where there's lots of people, so it helps when there's a screen and a camera separating. Um, but there are some things like the other day I was at a parent conference and they were doing giveaways. And I mean, there's lots of people at this parent conference and they're doing giveaways. And I thought to myself, ooh, I'd like a present, but also, please don't make me come up. And they had their names on these giant screens. I mean, these screens are bigger than you could imagine. They were like football stadium type screens. And they're just putting the winners' names up. And I'm like, oh dear God, not me.
Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me.
What about you? Are you more of a introvert or extrovert?
I I like being okay. I like I like being around people for a certain amount of time. And then I need to recharge.
Yeah, yeah. I need to recharge from
Basically.
my kids. Does that count?
Knitting group.
I love my kids to death, but yes, there's a moments where I'm like, actually today was one of those days where I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna find a corner and hide
Yeah.
in it.
Yep.
And just hope
It's
that
so
nobody dies and
overstimulating
everyone's okay.
sometimes.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so there you go. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so it was a mixture of both for your dad. And when you said that like everyone was there but not there? Like, do you mean like
I
they were
mean,
in the space and just didn't know, or?
no, it's like, so, okay. Everyone was there all day.
Hmm.
Okay. And I mean, in it, we had people in and out, people bringing food. No one had to cook for a hot minute. My Uncle Dave made the most delicious venison chili. I don't know if it was delicious because it was delicious or if it was delicious because it was so comforting, but it was delicious and I want it.
You
And I've never had it since,
you
but I
mentioned
want it.
that. I remember
Um,
you mentioning that.
yeah. Well, and they were there. Everyone was there. My dad has 6 siblings. So all of them were there, their spouses, a lot of my cousins, and then friends, etc. They were all in and out all day into the night.
Mm.
But it did get to a point where, because everyone thought, like, this is happening now, we need to spend time with him, which is definitely understandable.
Hmm.
But it kind of got to a point where I think people were like, okay, we're going to go over here. Either we're going to go home because for ones who lived closer, or we're going to go stay at this sibling's house for ones that lived farther away. And just let us know if anything happens. Because they had been there all day. And when I say all day, I mean like since morning. They'd been there all day, and this was getting very late into the evening, or well, very late into the night. And so a good portion of people left.
Hmm.
We, as in my husband and I, my brother and his wife at the time, we all went to the guest bedrooms and were just trying to get some sleep. Did not work because, like I said, very pregnant.
Feel that. I definitely feel that. After having
But
2 and now my third, yes, I feel that.
yeah, but my one of my aunts, who she's the one who made the loom knit scarves and the ornaments that are on the fundraiser page. She and my mom stayed out there in the living room with him, and it it was kind of to a point where, like, I don't want to say it was frustrating, but it was kind of frustrating because it was like it felt literally like we were just waiting around for him to die.
Wow.
Because we had been there like it sounds really bad, but like we had been there all day and we were sitting there like with him, and they kept saying it's now, it's going to happen, it's inevitable. So it was very emotionally exhausting. I think that's
No,
the
yeah.
best word
Yeah.
for it, because it's like constantly thinking anytime now this is going to happen, and it kept not happening.
Yeah.
And that's where I say, like, everyone was there at first, but it's like he waited until
Okay.
as few people were there as possible, because
Possible.
I ended up coming out and saying I need to go home and take a shower and go to sleep. We haven't slept. And as we were leaving, it was like then the telltale signs started really happening. And I almost stayed, and Mom was like, no, go get some sleep. And by the time, my mom doesn't live very far, like they didn't live very far away from us. We got home, and by the time we got home, my aunt texted saying he was gone. So he did not die until it was just my mom, my aunt in the room with him, and technically the nurse. And, you know, my brother and his wife asleep in the other room.
Do you don't have to answer this question, but do you feel like you wish you would have stayed, or do you feel like you made the right decision to go?
A little bit of both. Because I was, like I said, super duper pregnant. I needed sleep. But at the same time, I wish I had been there. It is.
Yeah.
It's. It feels weird to say it, but you have disappeared.
Caught back
stream.
on. Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
It feels weird to say, but like I do kind of wonder if I had stayed, it would have been prolonged longer. Like, I know that's not how, like, scientifically, I know that is not how that works. But also, I can't help but notice that literally right as I left, he died. But so long as pretty much like anyone was there, he stayed alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, I know we're getting pretty late. Don't even know what time it is. My husband has it on military time, and I just can't think about that right now.
It is 11:03
11:03.
Eastern.
Yeah, okay, cool. Is there anything that you want chat to take away from our discussion?
I guess just I mean, I know there wasn't any real point of this is why I started this, but like, so can I guess this is the part where I can talk about PanCAN.
Please talk about PanCAN.
So they do a couple of things. They do help fund research into cures and treatments, but they also have like caseworkers who will work with patients and their families, both in discussing treatment options, but also finding clinical trials. I even I went on their website and was like, I'm gonna see what this is like, and it is in depth.
Wow.
Like they need to know like exactly. It's not just pancreatic cancer. It's like exactly the type and what stage, etc. And I'm like, holy crap! And it's like, well, that makes sense. They need to know that for any clinical trials, but they kind of they help along with that process of like being an additional resource. They also have a lot of information. I find this part interesting. They have a lot of information about diet. Because what it makes me think of is my dad. I remember them telling my dad he needed more potassium. Did you know that sweet potatoes have more potassium than bananas?
You know, I make, I'm told, a killer sweet potato soup. So
Can you send me a recipe? That sounds delicious.
Absolutely. Everybody in my family begs for it. Please make it this week. Please make it this week. And I'm almost like, I'm sick and tired
Yeah.
of sweet potatoes.
We
But
need
I
some
will
new
make it for you.
recipes.
Well, I have a full repertoire. Um, I do pride myself a little bit on my cooking. I've been praised a lot for my cooking, so I'm like, oh, I think I'm a good cook.
Yes.
So I'm excited for Thanksgiving. But so the PanCAN has a lot behind it then.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So anyone in chat or watching the VOD should, if you look more into it, you can learn more about it and share it with people you might know who struggle or continue to realize that the fundraiser doesn't just go for just a little bit. It goes a long way. There's a lot of things that they do to help people who are in need. So that's awesome. And just gaining some more, putting some more perspective out there. It's amazing how much money we've raised so far. It's really great. And we're nearing the end, but I know that so far it's just done an amazing job, and I just hope and pray that this money just really makes a difference. So thank you, chat, and all who are watching who have given, and
it
then
means
thank
a lot.
you, and thank you, E. Mullins, for doing this, for everyone, for setting this all up, because while you and your family have definitely had a direct touch over this, just knowing that you have that connection brings passion to something that not everybody understands or can comprehend because they don't see it in their own lives. And so excellent job. And I know that we've had a lot of fun, and so great discussion. How's your doodle hat or your swatch? Is your swatch is sad?
The swatch is sad. I don't know that this yarn is gonna work, unfortunately. I was really hoping it would, because I have a lot of it and I need to use it. But I have yarn coming for a similar project tomorrow, and I'll swatch it to see if it will work.
Okay.
I also, though, may have to rework my chart, because I'm going to talk to you about that.
What else am I here for? What else are friends for? But looking over each other's charts.
Okay, you know what? We didn't hit the target, but I'll go ahead and say what it is.
I have this too that you should probably look over and give some thoughts. This is just my first draft, so it's up for grabs in terms of editing.
For anyone who is in chat, I am working on making hat versions of Soren's sweater and Elizabeth's sweater.
Okay.
And potentially a cowl version, at least of the Soren sweater. Now, the Soren sweater is a pain in my behind. And I say that because we're gonna talk knitting for a second, okay? We're gonna just gonna so okay. You see these floats? You see these floats, right? These are pretty. I would call these. Some of these are pretty long, right? They're not terrible, but like they're a little longer than I'd like. Okay. The Soren sweater. I have no clue how the frig that thing is knit. It should be a circular yoke sweater, right? It should be. And yet, those floats would have to be so
I know.
long.
I know what you have to do.
What? What do I have to do?
You have to do mosaic knitting.
You keep talking about mosaic knitting.
Do mosaic knitting. I'll send you a video. Okay?
I'll see what I can find.
But I am working on my first mosaic. If anybody can guess who this is off the bat, I am extremely impressed. This is a Nancy Drew character. I'm sorry that this is hard to see, but this is a pattern on repeat.
Oh,
the colors don't match, by the way. The colors don't match. It's just all I had in my markers. But if you can figure out who this is, I'd be extremely impressed.
Sunny Moon, I want to give you a hug.
In terms of mosaic knitting, it will handle all float issues. All of them.
I'll have to
Trust
see.
me.
Because that's the main thing that I'm running into, and that I ran into with this is that there are some spots where the floats would be all the way across because everything is so far.
Incorrect, Hunter Clue Hunter. Sorry.
Although that would be pretty funny.
I know, I'm thinking about it now. Okay. No, it's not the fish design. It's not a fish. I promise. But I will send you a thing on mosaic knitting.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to be doing. And there are there's one really good book out there that I heard is really good. I haven't gotten a chance to buy it yet.
Okay.
But this right here, this sweater, I make sweaters, okay? I'm going to leave the hats and the socks to you.
I want to make a sweater. I have a very particular sweater in mind. It's just my brain is not getting over the hurdle.
So I'm designing this sweater, and it's my goal for this year is to design and make this sweater. So I'm doing a lot of research, and mosaic knitting is what came up for this, and I think it will work perfectly for your Soren stuff.
Sorry, I was looking at... Well, thank you very much. Did that say anonymous? Thank you so much.
Oh, did someone give something?
Someone did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, anonymous.
Sorry, I just looked up chat, I know what this project is, and I couldn't visualize it like you told me earlier. I couldn't visualize it even with the chart, and then I looked it up. I'm like, I'm excited.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. But you've seen the yarn that I'm getting for it too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Can I just like say one quick thing about that? Okay, so you told me get the mohair. So I go on, and the first thing I do is mohair. I wanted to see how much it was. So I was looking at the mohair, and I knew that I had 3 main colors that I'm working with for this sweater. And they only had 1 type of mohair. One brand.
Yeah.
And it was on sale.
Yeah.
But I looked at it, and it did not have a single color that would work for this sweater. Not a single one. So I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. We're just going to keep looking. So I looked at other lace weight yarns, and I found one that's a merino wool, partial merino wool, and partial silk.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. And I don't know what I did. I started off with the main color. You know the main color.
Yes.
There's a main color that takes up the majority of the sweater. And then I went to go find my base yarn. What I was going to do, I was doing like a DK or a sport weight is what I was looking for. And I went with clearance stuff on all of this, by the way, because I wanted to make sure I had enough and because I'm very nervous about it. So I went for clearance and I just found the first one that looked right. And I found that it had the right color in that, and the other brand for the thing had the right color in that. And for some reason, my brain didn't just think, oh, before you add those to cart, make sure that that same brand has the 2 other colors that you're looking for to make sure that you keep it consistent.
Oh, jeez.
But I kid you not, I went, I don't know why I did this. I went back and forth. So I went back and looked at the second color for each, and they both had a really good match.
Okay.
And then I went to the last one, and they both had a really good match. And I was like, it's meant to be. They like, it had all of the colors. And if you look at when you do 2 strands of like something where it's like one's a like lace weight and then one's another like heavier weight, when you do it, you're trying to find either colors that really like exactly match or are so close on that palette that it like blends in, or but if for style wise, some people use like other colors to make this kind of blended color,
Almost like a tonal.
yeah. Can I just tell you, the tones for this is gonna be absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited for it to get in. You have no idea. I'm like shaking. I get you, but I wasn't able to I didn't just get that. I didn't just get that. You didn't think I just got that, did you? No, I got a ball winder Swift set. And
That was timed like perfectly.
I know. Seriously,
that sale lasted, I think, what, 2 days?
And I got a case for the interchangeable needle set that I'm about to get as well. So I got a case for that. And I got a case for my crochet hooks as well. So I'll have a matching set for both. And I'm really excited about that. And then because I spent over $100, because I spent over $100, I got a free, like a snap yarn thing. It's like this like bag, kind of makes you think of like those pencil bags.
I know what you're talking about.
And you could put like a single skein in a section and then you snap it in place, but you can just like pull out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It came with it because I spent over $100. I've never tried that before or ever heard of it until I was like staring at it. I'm like, what do you do with it? Like, what is it? Like, do people really buy this? Probably why it was given for free, but but I mean, you know what? To each his own. And now I can like try it and see if I like it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm excited for that to come in. I have yet to get, it's yet to say, it just keeps saying pending, even though it says it should be shipped out within 1 to 2 business days. So I'm like, I hope you figure this out soon and don't tell me that you don't have the yarn, because I might throw up because this yarn was perfect. But anyways,
when did you place the order?
I placed the order the same day that you sent it.
Was that over the weekend?
It was Friday.
Friday? That may be why.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That may be why.
I finished the legs.
Yeah.
Finished the legs. Rain possible this morning. Okay. Thanks for the notification, computer. And then I started on the ear. So, super cute. But anyways.
I should have worked on... In hindsight, I should have worked on the doodle hat.
It's okay.
But
I think we owe it, like, I went on a date with my husband. Oh, is there a kitty? Is it a kitty? Please tell me it's a kitty. I don't have a kitty.
If she'll let me pick her up.
I don't have a kitty. I want to see the kitty. Kitty cat.
This is Nix.
Oh, he's so cute. Can I take him? Just kidding.
I think she has a tendency to come in here toward the end of streams, and I think it's because she's like, "Why are you still down here? We are supposed to be upstairs. Are you gonna climb up there? Are you gonna climb up?" She is.
Well,
There's
let's
nowhere
see.
really. Oh, please don't. Oh. You can't. She was about to knock the camera over.
I was gonna say, like, sometimes you have to take a break from some of the things that you have a deadline for. So, like, when I went on a date with Mr. Crafts, I, like, brought his gloves with me, even though they're not due till, like, Christmas. But I have all these ones that are due, like, in, like, a week and a half or something like that. And I'm just...
Meanwhile,
But you have to take a break. I totally hear that it's totally good for you to put aside something that is frustrating you or like you're getting annoyed with and pick up another project and get back to it. Because apparently you go faster or something like that. And I have found that to be true because I started on one of the legs earlier this week and I didn't feel like doing the rest of it. And then here I am sitting here finishing it and it didn't bother me at all.
I still have. It's not like a time frame thing. I still have the blueberry pie earrings.
Oh.
They're almost done. Like I have to
Okay.
I have to crochet the back, like, or the bottom part of one of the pies.
Okay.
And then put it together and then put the little hooks on. That's it. That's
so cute.
Have not touched it for like a week, 2 weeks. Kiddo one sweater. I got to the point, like, basically right before I would separate the sleeves. Have not touched it. Probably, like, I have things that I want to make for people, but probably after this doodle hat, I'm gonna need to, like, step
Take a
away.
hot break. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been making a lot. No, when I finished Radek, I was happy because I liked what I had done, but I was also kind of happy because I was like, thank the Lord, I need a break from these dolls.
Yeah.
And so I am excited to pick up after this year is done.
Yeah.
I have a whole list of things I want to do to change it and fix it, but I'm not picking it up till next year is hit.
I need to pick your brain about some things.
Please.
I'm going to do so on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Later. Because
Later, not right now,
not
while
right
we're
now.
on stream.
Yes, because they're design things, and it's literally, honestly, like, I think for me, part of it is that I've never made this specific type of thing. And two, so that's already a mental block that's like, I have never done this before. But then
so that can really defeat things.
But then on top of that, trying to I think what's tripping me up, like, is that I want to be able to have multiple size options. Like, I don't want to do just one size, but I also don't have test knitters. I don't know how to pattern grade. I think that's what it's called.
I
Where,
think I know what you're talking about, where it's almost kind of like you formulaically
yeah,
make a plan.
I do have a book that I can try, but it doesn't take any sort of seaming into account, if you get what I
Hmm.
mean. It's like a seamless situation, and
Mm.
then I'm like overthinking that. I'm like, can I still use this book for that? Probably. I probably can. But
Hmm.
just like my brain is struggling to get. I've had the yarn for this for
Hmm.
a hot minute. I think you know what I'm talking about. I've been wanting
It's
to
very
make this
possible.
thing for a while. It's from a game that was recently released
Yes.
that
Oh yeah. Nope, that clicked right away.
yeah. And I'm like, I really want to work on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like I honestly I think the biggest struggle is just the fact that I want to have a large array of sizes, but there's not really any way for me to do that right now
Without, well,
without having a full team of like test knitters who can do all of the
hmm,
sizes, and
right.
like I said, a pattern grader, a pattern, I don't know, editor, know I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, like just like a quick like note. You can always start your journey in what do they call it when they make a pattern where it's like knit to size or
Mm,
knit for this specific size, and start there, and you can always add in at
more.
the end of your pattern like I have possible instructions for these other sizes, but I have not been able to test it. So just kind of like almost like a precautionary, like if you choose to take on this project, please do so, but I did not get to test knit this. If you would even consider sending me your journey through testing out this size,
Mm,
please, please let me know, and that will continue to update this pattern to be more precise. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Especially because like, how do professional knitters start?
Mm,
Do they just like do they just n- like not make anything until they have a team? No. They have to start off without a team. And let's just say you don't ever get to a point where you do have a team. I am sure there are going to be people who, like, if they do take up the pattern, that they'll they can help with notes or anything like that. And if there's anything wrong with it, they'll definitely tell you. Trust me that they'll definitely tell you if there's anything wrong
yeah.
with it. And yeah. Did you find out my pattern for the puppeteer? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah.
So before this version of Radek, there was the puppeteer, which
Hmm.
was an even earlier prototype, which I look back at it and I'm like, but
Isn't that how it always goes? Looking
it
back at the
does.
old stuff and being
No,
like,
yeah,
what?
you look at your old stuff and you're like, what was I thinking? This is awful. And yet at the time you're like, wow, look
Yeah.
at what I did. Um, it got kicked off Ravelry. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't think there's anything. I think maybe I uploaded it wrong or something, but it like got kicked off Ravelry.
That's weird.
So I was like, well, am I really heartbroken though? Eh,
That's
probably
weird.
not. Just because like I knew that I was gonna make a better version. And my hope is to move away, like for the dolls, move away from making patterns for people and more move into making them myself and selling them, and then sell patterns for something larger like the sweaters or
Yeah.
stuff like that. But let me tell you, when I design this one,
Mm.
I'm probably going to do knit to size
Mm.
or whatever that term is. I got to look it up again.
Yeah.
But made to fit
Made to
this
fit.
size, made to fit
Gotcha.
this size. And I'm going to put that in there, but I'm going to say I might have a, and I think some people do this where it's like, I made it to fit these specific dimensions. And when you make the pattern say like, oh, row 3 through 10, you're doing this. This is going to just constantly measure how
Mm-hmm.
much each section is and say it's this many inches, it's this many centimeters. And just kind of accommodate that to the like US sizes
Mm.
of what they would say in inches and centimeters for different parts of the body and stuff, and use that to say at this point it should measure this much for if you're a small, it should measure this much if you're a medium, this much if you're a large, and use that to kind of guide you, especially with a pattern like this, Emils. This isn't color work, this is
Mm.
just one color. Really, the majority of it is that you could even write it where it's not even like, oh, knit it for this many rows. You could just say knit it till it fits this measurement.
Yeah.
Knit it in the round until you hit this many centimeters.
I will say there is color work.
There is some color work?
Mm-hmm.
What? I just
It could
wait.
be either stranded or, well, it could be in Tarsha. I guess I could do duplicate stitch.
Wait, hold on. Just
You're like,
wait.
what are you talking about?
I really don't know what you're talking about. Hold on.
It's been a hot minute. Like I said, my brain has been getting in my way this entire time.
Are
you
we
trying?
talking about two different people?
Hold on.
I think we might be. Oh, I think we might
I
be.
just messaged you. It's been a hot minute.
Oh, yeah, that's different than what I thought.
I think I know who you were thinking.
Yeah.
But
Although that would be a really easy sweater to start with.
I think
Not the one that you're doing. The one you're doing makes me want to hide under a rock.
Well, okay. Honestly, I think. So I think what I need to do is just do one size. And with the aim of coming back to it. I guess I worry that I will not come back to it. But
it's one of those things
yeah.
where it's like,
also, I'm not doing Intarsha in the round. I have no desire.
I don't know if this is a mosaic thing too, but it could be. I'm gonna become your new. I'm
You're
gonna
just
become
like
the new mosaic knitting.
Mosaic.
I'm gonna be. Oh, thank you, Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie.
I'm
We'll
gonna be the
probably
new
be
mosaic knitting
going
mascot
soon,
or something like that. I'm probably gonna like go through this year and be like, I'm never going back. Everything's gonna be mosaic knitting. Well, no, but the video I'm gonna send you is a lady, and when she got started on mosaic knitting, she's like, so I made this scarf, and then I made this scarf, and then I made this scarf, and then I made this, and she just kept going because she got addicted. So, but anyways, I'm rambling. Are we wrapping up?
I think probably because I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I did not sleep
yeah,
much
my
last
eyes
night.
are burning.
You
What do you think I have
said
water here for?
something.
I'm like, not gonna make it. Oh man, cause like I'm in bed by 9 and I still wake up exhausted. But that's because I'm pregnant, so you know.
Kiddos did not want to sleep last night. Or rather,
Oh,
they couldn't
jeez.
sleep very well last night.
Yeah.
And kiddo 2 specifically, between the hours of about 11:30 to 12 and about 3 o'clock, it was every time that I laid back down, not 5 minutes later, she was awake again. So, it was a lot.
I could tell you about my baby's chosen position lately that has been quite uncomfortable.
Hi.
But I won't. Not right now.
Do you want to say goodbye? You want to say goodnight? She's just like, excuse me. Do you want to come up here?
So,
Do you want to come up here? No? You just want to meow at me?
are there people still in chat? I know I see Hunter Clue Hunter is still here. Oh,
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
The person who donated, the anonymous person who donated, claimed the prog at night. The purple prog at night. And
Wait. What was that? I don't even know what I was doing. I don't know what it was.
Claimed the purple prog at night and the cafe bath set.
Nice.
And the little doodle mug cozy. I need to get that.
So cute. Oh my goodness, that's so nice.
Marble planner from Kalina.
Wow.
I need to send that to them then.
Fancy.
Yay.
I need to look and see if I can beg my husband for anything else. I used my own money. Well, so I only have some money that I make because I have one person who still subscribes to me, even though I don't have like they tip me every month.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's a recurring tip, and so it just goes into one place, and it's just been accumulating over time, even though I haven't been streaming for quite a while. I'm back on it, by the way.
Yeah.
This is my busy week.
Go over and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Please and thank you. Watch all of the streams.
I might be doing a crafting stream tomorrow if I'm not exhausted from this one.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I used my money from that accumulated over time to get a donation reward. But I'll see if I can get any more money out of him.
Let's be honest, there's probably going to be a lot of bath sets left. I've made 32.
Wow.
I am out of my mind. I made 32. Why?
What do you think this guy's name should be?
He's a bat, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah.
My name is Batty.
Batty.
Have you seen Ferngully?
Hugo. No, I've not seen Fern. Okay. I just committed a crime.
Childhood.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Robin Williams. Do you like Robin Williams? Robin Williams plays a bat in Ferngully, and you should watch it.
Oh, okay. Sounds
so
good. Me, can you tell that our family likes movies?
Watch Ferngully. Yes, Tim Curry is the smoke demon. He's so good.
Our family likes movies, by the way. If you
have you seen The Page Master?
No. You know what I did watch last night, though? I watched What About Bob?
I've never heard of that.
What About Bob is with Bill Murray.
Okay.
It is hilarious. I actually think he's becoming one of my favorites lately.
Hunter knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, so send me some of your recommendations,
Can,
because I'll send you some of mine.
can I tell you something real quick about the Page Master?
Go for it.
So, this kid, he's afraid of everything. Okay? Literally afraid of everything.
My life.
He rides his bike. He's out riding his bike. He has like 5 billion like helmets and pads and everything on. He is
Everything
terrified.
you can wear.
And like, if I remember correctly, the only reason he's riding his bike is because his dad wants him to ride his bike. So he's riding his bike. He gets caught in a storm. Okay, so he runs into the library. Okay.
I was kind of hoping you were about to say lighthouse, but I heard library. We're
Yes,
good.
library.
Keep going.
So he walks in. He wants to use the phone. The librarian. That's what I thought. Yes, some nails or something. Yeah, it was a bag of nails for the treehouse. I remember now. So he's like, I need to call my parents. Can you point me to the phone? Do you have a phone? He's like, yes, it's back there. He goes back there. Gets a smidge lost, and he ends up in this gorgeous rotunda. Okay? He looks up, and he's like dripping wet because it's been raining. This is like a gorgeous scene. Okay? He looks up, and he sees this beautiful mural and everything, and it has like all of these classic books up there. Okay? There's Moby Dick. There's Treasure Island. There's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right?
Okay.
There's so many of these like gorgeous books represented up there in this mural. And suddenly the paint starts to drip. He goes on an adventure. You need to watch it. It has Macaulay Culkin in it. And what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name? Oh, Hunter Clue Hunter, help me. Who plays the librarian? Please help me. Wasn't he in Back to the Future? Christopher Lloyd. Yes. Oh, he's in it. Yes. It's so good. And then if I remember correctly, Patrick Stewart is in it, and Whoopi Goldberg is in it. I can't remember. I don't know who plays horror. Wow, Ricki, it's so wonderful. It is so wonderful. And the detail in this movie is incredible.
What year was this?
I want to say 90s, early 2000s. Hold on.
Oh.
1994.
Whoa. Okay.
It is one of my favorite movies to this day. Okay. Literally, like, I'm still noticing some of the detail that they put in this movie. It's incredible.
Duly noted.
Incredible. And Fern Gully is, I mean, just also gorgeous. It is more, I don't know how you feel about like environmental stuff. It's that, but it's not preachy. It's a kids movie.
I've watched movies with stuff that
is Fern Gully
I
on
don't
Netflix?
like.
I don't remember.
Like, not my thing. I've watched movies where it's like not my thing.
It's like 90s era environmentalism.
Okay.
It's like, so
You don't have to ruin it.
No,
wink,
I'm
wink.
just trying to. It's hard to describe, but it is a beautiful movie. And let me say this too, as this is I'm gonna sound like a complete idiot. When I was a kid, I had no clue that this environmentalism bit was there. Does that...
Oh, okay.
That's... So it's not like, like when you're a kid, in like, for me anyway, I didn't realize that
Right, I'm
until I
sure,
was
yeah.
older. It was just like, this is such a pretty movie. A guy gets shrunk in it. There's a
Not
fairy.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No. There are fairies and he gets shrunk to the size of a fairy. Yeah, the Tim Curry singing is in fact all you need to sell the movie. And Robin Williams as Batty.
I want to rewatch Clue. Again. Again. It's like one of my top faves.
Do you have a bracelet?
Well,
I don't
I'm
think
sure
the
we
girls
could
would like for you to have that. Nick has found a bracelet.
about this stuff all night.
Yeah, we need to go to bed. Let's go to bed. Let's go sleep. I need to shower. I probably stink. That seems to be like my outro to every stream. I need to shower and sleep.
I need to sleep. I don't skip the shower. I took a bath before this.
I haven't had a bath in so long.
I've been in so much pain today because of the pregnancy that I was like, I'm taking a bath.
Do you put like Epsom salts or anything?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Oh, I get a big bag.
Good.
And I always keep it there. Even when I'm not pregnant, I always have Epsom salts. Because I kind of have a bad back anyways. And bad joints. At least in my hips and my knees. So, actually, that was helpful to move to someplace warmer, actually. So, but...
I've never seen Cats Don't Dance, but we're not going to start that conversation because we need to go to bed. Thank you very much.
No more talking.
Should shower tonight, but I'm going to in the morning. And morning me is going to hate that I put that on him.
Yep.
I feel that. All right. We love you too, Brittany. Thank you both. Thank all of you for joining. Thank you, Ricki.
Love you, Brittany.
Thank you, Ricki, for being here.
I was able to I have to bounce between, I only get the Twitch chat, and so I have to bounce to the YouTube chat to look.
Why is it that you only get the Twitch chat?
Because you put me through Streamlabs, and so with the Streamlabs, it just has the stream chat on the side, and it has just the YouTube one. I mean the Twitch one.
I wonder if it's because that's the main one that I'm logged into.
Yeah, that's very possible. I don't know how it works, but it definitely... I have to bounce to a separate page on the YouTubes to look. But
That is silly. I find that silly. But Streamlabs is weird sometimes. Like the fact that I had to completely close out of Streamlabs and then bring it back up just to get it to work so I could see you and hear you on stream.
Your first stream of mine. Thank you, Hunter Clue Hunter. But I have earned the right. I was here before Emo.
Yes, she was.
I mean, we needed you though. We did, because you're the one who actually will knit while you play the games, and that sounded scary to me.
Arguably, you could say that I barely play the game and mostly knit, or mostly play the game and barely knit. Barely paying attention to the game because I'm trying
Hunter
to
Clue
knit.
Hunter, I don't stream on Twitch. I stream on YouTube, so that makes a big difference. So I have a very specific crowd that is on my YouTube, and I just don't do Twitch. So don't ask me to do both.
Twitch is I feel like Twitch is losing people.
Well, yes, I know one person specifically who is like, I'm done.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
Girl, what are you doing?
it's sad because I feel like Twitch had such a good, it was a good idea,
Yeah. Well,
you
if
know, and but
Twitch was
like there's
made for
just,
it. It was made for streaming, whereas
yeah,
YouTube was made for uploading videos and has been,
yeah,
you could argue, retrofitted
yeah,
for streaming.
yeah.
And now it's like Twitch is kind of.
Kind of makes me think of Etsy.
Don't get me. Okay, we need to go to sleep.
Yeah, sorry.
But I will talk to you individually about Etsy. I am actively trying to avoid Etsy.
Yeah, it's hard.
Um,
It's hard.
yeah,
Get you. I do.
yeah. Girl, what
Alrighty,
do you
well,
have?
thank you again so much, Emolins, for inviting me on. I really enjoyed my time, and I really thank you so much for choosing me to um, be this person to ask you questions and learn more about your dad. And thank you so much for being open to the chat. I know a lot of people appreciated it, and yeah. So I got a lot of crafting done. So thank you.
I didn't. But thank you for being here. I think that we should, if you're up for it, I think we should have like a crafting one where I'm not crying at any point.
Sounds great. You know, we should do more. I think Ginger Honey Love Beat Live was totally like, yeah, we need more of this. So, yeah. I mean, the beginning, we were on fire. We were gonna laugh the whole
Yes.
time. So, but I mean, I'm
Because
totally
you're
down for that.
18.
Because I'm 18. Obviously, I'm 18 and I have 2.5 kids.
We need to sleep.
Okay. No. Okay, it's you. It's on you. I
Okay.
said my goodbyes. I said it nice and clean and good. It's on you.
Bye, everybody. We'll do this again with less crying.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.